Hi. I did a stream where I was showing how I video edit, but I watched the stream and I figured it was super complicated, so I thought I'd just show like a quicker way of how I do it. It was just so drawn out. So I go on Twitch, I clip my videos from Twitch specifically from my streams, and then I download both versions of those files. And there's different things going on. But what we're going to do is we're going to find, which I already did, find what we want to edit right now, and we're going to drag it to the timeline in Davinci Resolve. It just depends on what you're going to use, but we're going to use Davinci Resolve for this. And then this is a longer clip than I normally do. You can tell based on the last clip I did. But from here, we're going to drag this red thing, I don't know what it is, and create subtitles from audio. I don't want them too long. We're gonna create, it does take a little bit, it's not usually that long, but this one will be longer than I normally experience. And then we have to double check that the subtitles are correct, which, you know, like sometimes I mumble, so they're not gonna be. So for this one, I'm gonna play the whole thing and we'll figure it out. So I can barely see anything right now. I'm gonna have to change a couple of things. First, double check that his name is correct. I need to make this part bigger. And like, I don't know how to make this stagnant. I kind of think it might have something to do with this, but I'm not gonna do it right now. But like, I also don't need whatever this is. No idea. I do need to see, not the picture right now, but I need to be able to see the subtitle thing. So we're gonna change this one as well. Oops, I added in an extra space. Oops. Let's see. Okay, so I said Pokey again. And it's just spelled incorrectly, although the subtitle thing has gotten all the subtitles for this fairly correct. Now what does that one say? And then we want to drag it out so it actually matches, because I feel like this keeps people more engaged. I'm more engaged when I watch somebody's stream and shit, or like, I'm not streaming their clips. Oop, go. That's dragging the logo so it doesn't extend. This is the audio. Now I'll come down here. If we look at everything, the logo I actually do want to move up a little bit. Whoop, not that. This one. And then I do want to move the subtitles as well. So you just grab one and then you move it on the y-axis. That'll be fine. So now I'm done editing. I'm already done with everything because this is how I make my clips. Then I'm going to go to deliver. Actually, oh yeah, here we just make sure it's using the correct resolution, and it is. I changed the frames to higher because I actually stream in 60, so whatever the highest I can get will be better overall. Then for subtitles, I do want the subtitles and I want to burn them into the video. I add this to the render queue. I never have multiple things in a render queue because so many video editing softwares just mess up. So that I render all. It's pretty quick. Now I'm gonna go to my haven't posted, because it's going to be put here automatically, and it's I didn't label it correctly, so it is labeled as untitled. Let's go back here and find untitled. Here's this. There it is. Okay, so we're going to rename this one as Pokey is my mod, and then we're gonna rename it as Portrait, because I make 2 versions of my videos. I do this because it's been beneficial for me. Like, I used to be a person who just straight up wouldn't watch clips. And now I watch clips all the time, or shorts or whatever. But there are people who do that. So we're gonna go back to the edit section, backspace to delete, keep everything else. But for our logo, I know I don't need it on a widescreen version, so we're gonna hide it. So now it looks like like what's going on. We're gonna be fine. So I'm gonna go to raw video files, pull this one, oops, over here. We know that it doesn't extend past, so we're just going to drag. And then everything should be accurate. Sometimes it's not, and I'm not really sure why. So it's just better to just like drop it in the middle of one and clip it. So right here, the only issue is like what it's in vertical form. You can change it here, but sometimes it won't change all the way, so you need to go to the timeline settings. So you go to timeline settings, and then don't use the vertical resolution. Now it shows the logo at the top and everything else. So like sometimes people will comment on the game and it has nothing to do with the clip itself, like the audio, which is fine. It's like whatever. Then we need to go to a place that shows the subtitle location, because it's going to be different for a landscape, and it's actually better in like this area of a video, not down here. So then we go to deliver, everything is good, go back and make sure that it's not using vertical, it's not, put it on 30 frames, burn it into the video, add, and then render. And it should render the whole thing, but we are gonna check. So we'll go to haven't posted yet. And this one is also labeled as untitled because I forgot to change the name again. So it's Pokey is my mod landscape. Now we're gonna play it. Pokey my only mod because Pokey's been here since my first stream. He's the first person. And then at the end, you want to double check that you actually did the range. Because sometimes when we are in deliver, if I make the timeline smaller, this line right here is what dictates what the software is going to render. So we've rendered 2 videos. I then go back to my raw files and delete them. I keep all of these ones and then I move them once I've posted or scheduled them. But so we just delete those 2 and then we do it again. So from here in the timeline, we go to edit, hover over these and select them. Oh, it doesn't want to, okay. Right click and remove selected clips, and then we backspace to remove them from the timeline. Now I know I'm starting with widescreen. I will click or just select the widescreen of the next one without even checking what it is, because I found where in my list of videos where I want to actually edit. These ones are shorter clips, these ones are longer. That's all. So I leave it here so I can easily access it, and then I go back to editing. Same deal. I just remove all the subtitles, backspace. This one we don't need the logo because it's in widescreen format. I will again do the same thing I did from the beginning, which is create subtitles from audio, and that's it. That's how I make all my video clips, and it does take a lot of time to sit there watching your stream or whatever and clipping from there. You can take those and directly post them onto other sites, but I want the logo and I want the subtitles. So either way, I would need to use something that adds decent subtitles. And like I said, I kind of mumble, or I'll have people in my background, or my audio isn't like perfect. So automatically generated subtitles can be very inaccurate, and this is just better for me. Okay, bye.